In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about unsubscribes or opted out in Pardot and how that works. So, I get this question a lot around, what happens to my lists if somebody unsubscribes? So one thing to note is that that prospect still exists within your database, because just because they unsubscribe from an email that you're sending them doesn't mean we want to stop tracking them across your website or landing pages, doesn't mean they're not going to fill out a form later. Email is just one aspect of the Pardot platform. And you can see this if you go to segmentation lists under prospects within Pardot, because you've actually got two totals at the top. You've got total prospects on a given list, and then you have mailable prospects. So anybody who unsubscribes, they might still be included in the list because of the dynamic rules that you set, or maybe you manually add them to that list. But if they're unsubscribed, they won't be mailable. So this number is typically going to be less than what your total prospects is. Similarly, if they've got a bad email and you send them one email and it hard bounces, that's going to automatically make them not mailable within the system until you go and change that email address. Or if they soft bounce 5 times. If that happens, then they'll move to not mailable, essentially the opted out status. Now, when somebody does opt out, you'll see a little red envelope next to their name telling you that they're opted out. And you can manually opt them back in. So if they call you, they say, actually, I do want to receive your emails, you can go to their prospect profile. And as long as you have this setting turned on in the connectors, I think it's just a checkbox, you'll see right here where it says opted out, there'll be a little link that says opt back in. You click that, they're opted back in. Now, I recently had a question about automation rules and how would you decrease somebody's score if they were to opt out. So when we're talking about global score changes or scoring rules, most of those can be found under Pardot settings and automation settings. And then go to scoring. There is no scoring rule, though, for unsubscribes. So we're not going to be able to accomplish that through this part of the interface. What you can do, though, is leverage an automation rule to essentially run in the background. And whenever somebody unsubscribes from your emails, that would take in action, and this action would be decrease their score by whatever amount you'd like. So go to automations and then automation rules, and we'll create a new automation rule. We'll call this unsubscribe, decreases score by 25. Of course, you can put it in a folder to keep things organized, add a tag to it. I think I will this time. This is a rule related to scoring. All right, and now we're going to match and choose our actions. So let's create a rule to match prospects with. And the one we're looking for here is prospect email status. Choose that, and our default's going to show up for us is opted out. So that's perfect. And then actions. So for everybody who has opted out, we want to decrease their score. Go ahead and look for our scoring action here. Should be in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Adjust prospect score. And so you could set it back to a specific number, but we're going to adjust it by 25. And we're going to do negative 25. And then just hit create. So once you create this rule, it's going to be in a pause state. You could always preview this, match it, make sure it's going to work the way you expect it to. But then when you're ready to turn it on, click resume, and this will work in the background continuously. So whenever somebody unsubscribes, their score will be decreased by 25 points. Hope that helps. Thanks.